Alright guys, Dr. Jen's versus David's. Let's talk about it. So I've used David's toothpaste for about a month, as well as Dr. Jen's for about a month. Now, both are hydroxyapatite toothpaste, and if you guys need a refresher or a little breakdown of what hydroxyapatite is, I'll leave a couple of links below to some hydroxyapatite 101 videos, or you can check out my hydroxyapatite playlist on my channel. Again, all the links will be below. But anyway, I'll start with David's. So right now, the price is $9.95 on Amazon for a tube of David's toothpaste. It comes in a couple of different flavors, including peppermint, spearmint, strawberry watermelon, and herbal citrus mint. I ended up using the peppermint flavor, and it was a very strong minty flavor. I did find the toothpaste to be a little bit on the runny side. Also, it's SLS free, which is great because sodium lauryl sulfate tends to cause some reactions in people's mouths. It's a common cause for mouth sores and sensitivity. But little side note, if you guys aren't used to SLS free toothpaste, just be aware that it doesn't foam up a ton, so it can feel a little bit weird at first. I personally have been using SLS free toothpaste for many years now, and it doesn't really make a difference to me, but just wanted to let you guys know. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention is David's toothpaste comes in a metal tube. The biggest takeaway is you have to be careful when putting pressure on the tube, because once you press on it, there's no going back. I learned this the hard way. Especially don't put pressure on the tube the first time before you open it. I accidentally did that and it just kind of... So here's kind of what it looks like after using for a while. You can see the metal key here. You just kind of keep rolling it up as you go and squeeze from the bottom up. They also have an incentive program to recycle the keys, so I think you collect like 20 of them and send them in, and they give you a discount on your next order. But bottom line, the tubing here is not super convenient for me anyway. Now, in terms of efficacy, in case you didn't know this about hydroxyapatite, the particle size and concentration matters. So to be most effective, a hydroxyapatite toothpaste needs to have nano-sized particles. And in terms of concentration, some studies say that it needs to be at least 10% hydroxyapatite. Some studies say maximum 10%. So I don't know what to make of that. Basically, somewhere around 10% is a good number. So with David's toothpaste, they do use nanohydroxyapatite particles, but they do not disclose the percentage of hydroxyapatite they use in their toothpaste. I did find out from them that it was less than 10%, but they wouldn't disclose the exact percentage. I think as a smaller company, they were worried about, keeping their recipe secret or whatever from bigger companies. So at least according to the lab results that David's provides, it seems that the percentage of concentration of hydroxyapatite matters less than the quality, shape, and size of the particles. Okay, moving on to Dr. Jen's toothpaste. So last I checked, it's not widely available on Amazon. They kind of keep going back and forth, but last night at least, I only saw they had the strawberry flavor available, and it's a bit more expensive on Amazon than directly on their website. So on their website, a tube of Dr. Jen's toothpaste costs about $20, depending on the flavor and combination, whether you want with fluoride or without. I have personally tried the spearmint and the strawberry flavor. I do prefer the spearmint flavor over the peppermint with David's. The spearmint is just a little bit less intense, maybe a little bit more on the sweeter side. Now remember, David's does offer a spearmint flavor as well. But anyway, Jen's spearmint was good, as well as the strawberry flavor. My toddler loves it. As for the tube, the Dr. Jen's toothpaste comes in a regular, typical plastic tube. Super easy to administer, definitely easier than David's, at least for me. Now, in terms of efficacy of Dr. Jen's toothpaste, they also use nanohydroxyapatite particles, and they do disclose their percentage. They use 10% hydroxyapatite in their toothpaste. So the one thing I have some beef with Dr. Jen's toothpaste is the texture of the toothpaste. The texture itself is fine, but I found that every time after brushing, it almost felt like my teeth had this sort of a fuzzy coating on them. It felt like they weren't really clean. And actually my husband noticed the same thing when I gave him Dr. Jen's to try once. So it wasn't just me, but the results don't lie. When I was using David's toothpaste, I noticed I started collecting a little bit of stain on some of my teeth. And hear me out, I'm not saying David's caused staining. I actually naturally accumulate stain over time regardless. But one of the claims of hydroxyapatite toothpaste is that over time, it kind of smooths out the enamel on a microscopic level, which results results in less staining because over time the enamel isn't as rough and doesn't collect stain as easily. So my point is, with David's, I didn't experience that. I actually saw the reverse. I was collecting stain as usual. Plus, another claim of hydroxyapatite toothpastes is that it helps with sensitivity, and I didn't notice any drastic improvement while using David's toothpaste. On the flip side, my husband did notice a decrease in sensitivity with his teeth and just general better overall health and less bleeding. I feel like that could be because he just is brushing and flossing better thanks to his lovely hygienist wife. But anyway, there's that. By the way, if you guys are finding this video helpful so far, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Anyway, as for my last thoughts on Dr. Jens, frankly, it's the best hydroxyapatite toothpaste I have used so far. I truly saw my stain just disappear over time, especially the spot where it was collecting while I was using David's. And it's the only hydroxyapatite toothpaste so far that has helped with my sensitivity. Like, I have a couple of super sensitive spots on my teeth right near the gum line. Every time I touch it with my fingernail, it feels like a little zing. But now I check the same spots after using Dr. Jens for about a month, and most of the areas are gone. That alone is enough for me to get over any downsides or concerns I have about Dr. Jens, especially in terms of the fuzzy feeling I was talking about earlier. So, bottom line, my husband prefers David's because it tastes and feels more like a traditional toothpaste. Plus, he noticed less sensitivity and less staining over time. But I personally prefer Dr. Jens for the results that I've experienced. But I would love for you guys to decide for yourselves. So, I'm going to be doing a giveaway of both these toothpastes together to one winner so that you have a chance to try them out and compare them for yourselves. So, if you want to enter the giveaway, you have to live in the United States, then subscribe to my channel and comment below this video and include this emoji in your comment so I know you actually want to enter the giveaway. And then check back next week to see if you won. I'll pin a comment below this video with the winner's username. Alright, if you guys have any other questions, comment them below. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Otherwise, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Take care of your teeth.